What is going on? Welcome back to part 5 of From Unemployed to Full-Time Trader. So it's about to be 9:30. Um, Today's kind of a interesting day. I think I might have to be patient. We'll see what price does here, but we don't have any news until 11, which is good. Um, I think in general, I'm expecting I'm expecting price to do some sort of retracement. So I'm probably gonna be looking for sales as of now. Now, if price just keeps pushing up, I'm just gonna wait until 10 a.m. because theoretically, like the market bias right now is bearish. Because if you let's just say you ignore this candle as of now, this candle will close below this range. If you look on the 2 hour, these candles close below this range, right? So it's technically bearish on the 4 and the 2 hour. On the 1 hour, it is bullish. Actually, oh, yeah, I didn't notice this. Oh, hold up. Yeah, I might look for buys actually. I just noticed this. So technically it is actually bullish. Never mind. Well, good thing I did this. So technically we're kind of bullish right now. So let's see. 9:30 came in here. Let me mark some of these levels here real quick. So, I mean, in general, I'm overall looking for buys now because we're bullish. Could possibly make a gap here. Yeah, this 5M FEG. Well, it's not being made yet actually. Let me delete that. Okay, we didn't make the gap there, right? We still kind of have a gap. Let me open my phone. Alright, so yeah, I'll just wait on this 5 minute, see what it does. I usually, so when 9:30 comes, I usually do like to wait until 9:35 because those first 5 minutes go a little bit insane typically. Dude, I could expect this hourly to easily come up to these levels here. Grab liquidity there easily. Just looking left. Hopefully we don't reach there too quick. There is this liquidity as well, and there is liquidity here as well. Man, ideally we come down, yeah. Ideally we come down prior, like ideally we look for buys before hitting this level, to be honest. Let's see, there's 2 minutes left on this. It did make an FEG. It's not a huge gap, but it's still gap, you know, right here. Or it is making one. It might not make it. We'll see. Let me just take these levels off because we know we already took that. Yeah, because the 2 hour, I didn't notice this, but the 2 hour did break structure in this little level here. Yeah. Then the 1 hour broke structure here. And here. So yeah, I'm looking for buys 100%. Thankfully I re-looked at it when I started recording, and I noticed it. So something I want to make clear for today my mindset coming into the markets today is literally I wrote it here on a paper. Spend the shortest amount of time on the market. That's my mindset today. Like, I want to be able to just get in and get out. I don't want to spend too much time today here in the market. I think that's the best mindset to have. Oh wow, man, this is crazy. So yeah, I'm just trying to get in and get out type of situation. Oh man, we're about to reach that 1 hour. That kind of sucks, because then I don't know if price is gonna grab liquidity there, and then hopefully it doesn't drive up within the next 4 seconds. Okay. So we did make a gap here. Let's look on the one. So this is a 5-minute gap. 5-minute gap. FG. On the one, there's no gaps anywhere. Unless we make one here now. Yeah. Let me mark that hourly high. Hang on. Quick. Boom. There's that, and then there's like a huge level up in these areas up here. Let's look on the 30 real quick. Yeah, there's this 30 here. So there's some pretty big levels there. And then there's this one here. Okay. Let's do this one here. So this might be TP. Possible TP. Alright. So, okay, so we did create a gap on the 1 minute. Now I just need price to come down and hit this gap. Because, like, I could... It's just, like, so risky, man. I'd rather wait for price to retrace. Because at any time we could get that retracement. So, like, what's going through my head is like, okay, if we get an engulfing, there's potential entries here. But at any time we could get a retracement here to fill in this gap. So, like, I can't necessarily put my stop street out here because it wouldn't make sense. Yeah. But yeah, hopefully we do get that retracement that we need. Yeah, even those stops are pretty big too. The reason why I was like even thinking of getting into this, because it's an engulfing candle, right? And like typically off of engulfing candles you could expect a little bit of a drive, but since there's a gap here, I don't want to get in on this, because again, price is going to do this, right? Price is going to come down and fill in this gap, as you can see. So we touched the gap, which is good. To be honest, even if it engulfs here, I don't know if I could get in on this. This is pretty big stops. Yes, definitely decently big stops there. I would honestly, I want price to close around here. If it could break a high, I mean, we have 22 seconds left on this. Okay, so let's pay attention here, because this could be an entry. How does the 5-minute look? Okay, so it looks like that. Actually, I'll probably just wait. I'll just wait for this 5-minute. I think that's my best bet. Yeah, because I was thinking of like, okay, maybe we could, if we break the highs, I could get in, right? on the regular highs and then just put my stops like below wherever this low is. But since the 5 is about to close, I just rather wait. I rather wait here now, especially if this candle closes bearish. That would be pretty good for us, because then the next engulfing candle we could get in. So let's see what happens. Ideally we don't inverse it, but if we do inverse it, then we would have to wait for price to probably come down to these areas here. Okay, so it looks like it is going to inverse the gap. Okay, yeah, let's see, 8 seconds. Okay, yeah, so I just wait for price to come down to here, basically, at this point. Either that, or if we, like, let's say we make a gap here and then we inverse it, I could potentially get in on that as well. So yeah, we can just get rid of this gap. We don't care about it. Again, the goal is to be the shortest amount of time possible today in the market. That's the mindset. And my trading strategy is basically, you know, my risk is typically like 0.9%, and then usually when I take a W is about 2% on profit. But yeah, if like, let's say this first trade that I take is a W, right, like a win, I basically call it a day right then and there. Before me, I would like try to take more, and I've noticed that like it's not good. It's not good. Just take your profits and leave, man. I think that's the biggest lesson that I've learned throughout this like past month while trading these funded accounts. I'm also trading on a live, and since there's no limit on the live, I lost so much money on the live account. I don't even want to talk about it, honestly. I've had more success with funded accounts because they have those limits, right? So cool. So let's see if we touch this gap. The retest is down there. Let me mark the retest. If we, let's say we don't touch the gap, yeah, I can't really do inverse off of that. Okay, I lost connection on this for some reason. Okay, we're back. Okay. If we do inverse it here, I could potentially look for entries now. Not off of, I don't think I'll get in off of this. This is, yeah, 2 big stops. I'll get in on an engulfing. Hopefully we can make that. Okay, so we inverse those gaps. That's really huge for us. Big. Okay, so about 10 seconds left now on this candle. Hopefully we close bearish, so we could potentially look for entries. That'll be pretty cool. Oh, yo, chill. Oh my god. That pushed a little bit lower than I would have wanted, honestly. But yeah, so far no entries for me. If we do close above here, I could get in. Like yeah, it's just my stops are pretty big. Actually, what I'll do is I'll lower my lots to just 3 here, just in case it goes above there. It's about 10 seconds left. If it doesn't, then I'll put him back. Okay, it looks like it might not. Like 3 seconds left. Yeah. Okay, we can go back to there. Last size here. So this is a new 5. Oh. 7 seconds left. Ideally, yeah, ideally we close bearish. We have a bearish closure and then engulfing. Let me look on the 5. Okay. So this is interesting. Because we broke highs and we reflipped. I want to see this candle close bearish. That would be really nice because it's also... Okay. Hopefully we don't keep pushing down below these levels. Of course, okay. Jesus, dude. I guess we did keep pushing down. Alright. Yeah, I guess price might just be trying to fill in this 5-minute gap. That's very possible. The fact that we broke structure here on the 5 though is a little bit scary for me. Or at least we're about to, I think. We'll see. To be fair, if I get an engulfing, I might enter. I don't know, it's a bit scary. For this engulfing here. Ideally though, we come down first here before I get an engulfing. Yeah, if this 1 minute closes, we'll see. We'll see. I think I might just wait until the next 5. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait. So this is the last 1 minute on the 5. Again, hopefully we come down here prior to us flipping up. So far we've done really good in avoiding losses for sure. Because even though this was an insanely big engulfing, I would have still wanted to see a reaction off of this inverse gap. I need this candle to push down a little bit. So that way, so what I'm expecting here within the next 5 is that probably it's gonna make a bottom wick. And then, you know, try to fill in this gap basically. And then we'll see a reaction for us to go up. Okay, so this is the next 5. I might, yeah. So we didn't get the level, but I might. Okay. Okay. So we just grabbed that FEG there, or we just filled that gap. There's 30 seconds left. Okay, so let me just switch it up real quick to 33. Just because the stops are a little bit wider than I would want them in the case that we do get the engulfing. I don't know if we will. It looks like we're probably not going to get it on this candle, which is totally cool with me. Okay, cool. So yeah, all we're looking for right now is just an engulfing candle, and we want to make sure that we don't necessarily care this 1 minute closes like that. We care if the 5 minute closes below these levels. Which, I mean, this is kind of crazy that it's going down like this. Yeah, this is really wild. This looks like a perfect like liquidity grab, and now it's just pushing down. Yeah, I'm not really looking for anything. Even if I get the engulfing here, I am not necessarily gonna enter on it. Just because like stops are just ridiculously high or big. This is the retest on the 5 minute. Like, this is the the retest on that 5. So there's still potential entries. I want to say as long as we don't close below, let me just mark it. Like below here, there's still potential entries. We might get an engulfing, but this is a bit risky, no? I'm down to take this risk just because we have a bit of leverage point. Because price should come back up to this FEG here. If it does close above here, I'm taking this buys. It's about 22 seconds left on this. Okay. All right. Jeez. My fault. Okay. Oh, I don't know. At this point, I don't know. If it does this, I don't even know what the hell is going on. Yeah, we reflipped completely on the 1 hour. There is a 1 hour gap there. What a push, boys. What a freaking push. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Yeah, I might be wrong about the direction, like with the way this is moving. But again, for all I know, we could be coming up. We could be coming down to hunt these levels, and then just drive up from there. Because I think there's no, like, for me to be bearish on the 2 hour, I would have to close below here. I mean, within the next 5, unless this next 5 minute just completely drives down, I don't think that's gonna happen. As well as on the hourly, like for us to be bearish, it has to be below here. So I think like looking for buys is still the appropriate play here, I think. Although this is a ridiculous candle, I don't even, what the helly. Yeah, my market bias right now is still, even within this next 5. Again, I don't expect this next 5 to close below that, this hourly low here. So I want to say I'm looking for buys still, boys. I want to say I'm still looking for buys, even though we had this huge reaction. Because like my expectation is like, okay, we're coming down, we're just doing a retracement. Like that's all we're doing. We're just retracing for us to then flip up. Right, so we're doing something like this, like retracement, or it's like we just grab liquidity. We're coming down, probably gonna try to grab liquidity somewhere around these areas for us to then flip back up. Okay. Okay, hang on now. Because once again, if we close below here, I could look for sells. Wow, I was not expecting this. This is crazy. Look at this. Oh my god. Okay, hang on now. That is ridiculous though, brother. What a push, boys. There was actually entries for sells, but I mean, I wasn't expecting price to do this. There was entries here. Engulfing candle right here. You get in, you take that drive. But I was not expecting this, honestly. Okay, so this could have been the grab on liquidity that it was looking for. So now it shouldn't drive, maybe? Again, as long as we don't close that below this red line, I'm still looking for buys. Cool thing is that if I look for buys, now we have some levels to actually take TPs from, you know? Like we have a level here, 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 here. Or take profit on. Yeah, this is crazy though. Incredible. Craziness, my friends. Craziness. It's about 2 minutes left. Okay, so 1 minute left. This 1 minute is gonna be very important. One minuto, my friendo. Okay. So this is 10 a.m. open, which is... I feel like it's good that we waited to get here. Cause it's so hard to say. This is pretty ridiculous either way, so... I don't... Even though we're closing engulfing, I don't think I get in on this. If anything, I'll wait for like a retest and then engulfing candle on the retest. Or I could wait for price to inverse this gap. But yeah, we closed respecting that level, which that to me feels like it's gonna go up. Like if you look at this, it's kind of like a perfect sort of retest. So if we can make a gap, that's pretty good for us too. The reason why I just don't get in now is just the stops are way too big. Yeah, like even if I lower my lot size, it's just way too big for me. So hopefully we kind of touched that level, did we? Not yet. Hopefully we can make a gap. I might get in if it closes engulfing, even though there's a gap here. The reason why is because we created a gap, we get the engulfing. These are pretty decent entries, as well as like your stops are pretty decent as well. Of course it freaking drives. So sad actually. God dang. Let's go down to 3. Oops. So okay, we're gonna hit buy now, and buy now. Stops below here, I think. Okay, that's not a horrible risk, but it still sucks. Okay. As far as TB, I'm looking at here. Getting out right here. This gap Or not this gap, this liquidity grab here. Okay. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Hopefully it doesn't drive, because this next candle may go up. Okay, so on the break of these highs, I can move my stops. Okay, I got stopped out. Sheesh, that's crazy work. Okay, I think I was kind of like, I don't know, in hindsight it's kind of dumb. I was expecting, like, since we had the engulfing here, I was expecting this candle to just inverse the gap. I think though that I should have just waited for that gap to get inversed instead of just like going in, you know. Okay, so I don't know what the hell is price doing here, by the way. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, I'm looking for buys, right? Like, that's, yeah, that was just a bad entry, I think. Yeah, bad entry, man. Fudge. So we saw the reaction. If we were to potentially get in on this, this is still ridiculous stops. Holy crap. Okay, so I'm allowed to take one more trade and then we're done for today. Dude, if it's doing this kind of makes me want to go for sales. Because we had this big up move and then now we just completely reflipped. Oh, golly, brother. But it's like, where do you look for sales to? Okay, I guess to this level here. Okay, so we're probably gonna look for sales if we have a closure below here. There is a new gap here. If we have a closure below here, or I could potentially just wait. Let's see. Let me look on the 5 real quick. I would say closure below there, we look for sales. If it doesn't close above there, we now have this range. I just have to wait for price to break out of this range. But if we do have that closure below there, then we do look for sells. Okay, I could potentially get in on this. On sales, I want. Oh yeah, this is so big. Oh my god. Stop pushing, bro. Jeez, bruh. Like, for me to even consider entries, and thing is, it even if I get in here. I wouldn't mind if it inverses this gap. I would like for price to actually touch these levels above here, or maybe even come up to this gap here. Okay, so we touched that level, which is good. Okay, about 40 seconds. Yeah, this trade was risky. I think, like, if we broke the highs, I should have just instantly moved my stops here or something along those lines, because yes, I have to like be aware of these things. Dude, would you guys believe me that I forgot to put a stop loss on my live account? Thankfully I closed here, which is pretty much the same same amount that I would have lost. Holy crap. This is a bad thing about having like 10,000 accounts. Oh, dude, give me a break. Just close like that. I'm good. Okay. Alright, so we could potentially get in on this and stop stuff here. Oh my god, that is so crazy. And we get brother. Okay, no, I'm not getting in on this. You're crazy if you think I'm getting in on that. Yeah, like if anything, I don't know. I can't get in on this. This is like ridiculous. Too big of a stops, man. God damn, dude. I could get in like now and put my stops here. It was like, ugh, so stupid. It's such a dumb play if I do that. Honestly, I just wait. Like it's not horrible if I just wait, because either way we could inverse this gap and then I could look for entries then. But yeah, those subs are stupid. If I would have gotten in here, I would have had to like either move my stops to here instantly or just break even or something at this point. Okay, so we did inverse this gap. Oh my god. Of course you push, bro. Of course. Well, if it does close around there, we make a gap, I guess. Never mind, we don't have a gap. I mean, these candles are kind of freaking ridiculous, redonkulous. I guess there is a gap here. I just noticed that. Right here. Okay. Yeah, this candle breaks lows. I'll get. Never mind. So this is a new 5. Let me see. Oi. Still potentially enter. Again, it may come up and fill this gap. Like that's another possibility there. Okay, this is good. Now we just have to wait for this candle. Okay, I think I might just hit sell off of the re-break. It's about 30 seconds left on this. Yeah, we didn't get the engulfing either way. Okay, well, now we just have to wait until we hit this gap, I think. It's about 40 seconds left on this. Okay, no engulfing either. Honestly, yeah. Oh my god, this is so annoying. I hate it. Yeah, there's no injuries for me, so. Bro, what the fudge? There's no entries there either. Golly. Go up, go up, go up. Close bullish. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, nice. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, I'm gonna hit sell very soon here, guys. I'm just gonna hit it. Not yet. Not yet. Hold. Hold the line. No. Okay. Stops are above here. I think that my break-even point should be, right down there. So I'm just gonna break even as soon as we touch those green lines. As far as take profits, dude, to be honest, okay, so we did touch those green lines. I think I just break even after we, so after we close here and then we break our own lows, we could for show break even. Okay, so if this candle closes lows, all right, so we're breaking even. Man, as far as take profits, let's look at the 5. There's a level here. What I could do is I could just bling. Be ready for this. This is a new 30, so there's possibility that we keep driving to the downside. So hopefully this next 30 breaks these lows here, so that way we could see that drive. Okay, let's re-break our own lows here. Okay, nice. We got out there 2%. Actually, nice. Okay. No. Okay. So that was good. I think I closed like 44,791. 44,791. So right here. Yeah, literally on this blue line. Okay. We will take those, my friends. Okay. So that's okay, I'm just gonna call it. I'm just gonna call it today. You know, it's unfortunate. I think, like, the reason why, the reason why we lost today, that first trade, was just because I didn't wait. I didn't wait for the for the gap to get inversed. I was like feeling comfortable looking for buys at this point here, and I should have waited. But what price was doing was it was reacting off of this gap here. What I should have done is just wait for this to get inversed and then look for a reaction to then look for buys. But I basically lost patience and I just went in. I wasn't patient enough. I went on this engulfing, and yeah, that's pretty much the main reason why I lost that. There was zero reason for me to actually take this trade. Like it made sense in terms of my entries, but where the entries was at didn't make sense, yeah, it just sucks. It sucks. because I could have just ended the day with this, right? But because this time is what? This time is, yeah, it's already 7, right? Yeah. Sorry, not 7. 10 a.m. Yeah, it just, that sucked. That's all. Well, still a fairly decent day. You know, we were able to secure some profits. Also, stops were very big here. I don't know, 34. Yeah, I guess I did enter with less lots, but pretty much, yeah. That sucks. Yeah, I have to call it a day. I don't think I. Okay, I'm not gonna look for anything else. I don't think, no. I'm not gonna look for anything else. I've been on the shorts for already an hour. I'll just call it a day. Tomorrow's a new day. You know what I'm saying? There's also news coming in at 11. So, and my rules are I'm only gonna take 2 trades, right? Especially if it's an L and a W. I call it whenever I get the W. That's it. There's no reason for me to keep trading, because if I do keep trading, you know, I'm looking at this gap. It looks beautiful, and it might play out, but it also might not. And I just rather not take those chances. I just rather secure the profits and call it a day. I am this close to hit sell here right now, guys, but I'm not. I'm gonna hold myself accountable for this. I said I was gonna finish it, so I will finish it. So yeah, guys, pretty much it for today, man. It just sucks that that first trade, that first trade I took, it sucks that it was an L, but in general it was good. Like my TP was good. Yeah, everything was pretty good. TP was good because you can see it's starting to reflip. I would have already, yeah, I would have probably put my stops like above here, which I didn't. So funny enough, on my live I couldn't take profit because I forgot to put the take profit. Dude, I might have to actually invest in a copy trader. I don't know how much they are, but I may genuinely have to, you know. So yeah, pretty much it. Pretty much it for today. Really good trading day in general. I only made 0.5% on the day. Still a positive day, which is good. So my 10K account, I'm up about 3% now. On my 2K account, or sorry, my 100K account, I'm up 2.7 because I guess I'm, since I'm not able to like take the same exact trades. I'm taking the same exact trade, but just not at the same exact time. Actually, for today, no way I ended in this. Did I? Okay. It looks like I ended the day in 0.8 in profit for my 10K, which is, or my 100K, which is really nice. Wait, what? That doesn't make any sense. There's no way. So I ended 0.8% in profit, which is good. I think that's wrong though. I don't know why that's the case. Let me just double check here why. So I did 199. Oh, oh, because I did 144. Okay, so I actually ended 0.8% in profit. Let's go. Hey, W. It's almost a percent for the day. That's a dub. That's a dub, my boys. All right, cool. There you go. I just calculated the wrong thing. But yeah, I mean, old me right now would be looking for trades. You know, I'll be like, oh, look, there's an engulfing candle here. Let's go. And it might, it might actually play out, but I wanna be able to like actually stick to, stick to my risk management. I think that's very important, and because like every time that I don't, let's say it pays off, very often it pays off less. You know what I'm saying? Like very often when I do take trades, yeah, that'll be like, let's say out of 10 days, right? Where I take another trade, yeah, there'll be like maybe 2 days out of the 8 days that I take a profit. But those 8 days, my losses are way bigger than my profits, because I get in that cycle. So like, let's say if I take this trade, let's say I would have taken this trade, right? I would have been on this right here, put my stop somewhere here. Let's say I would have probably put my stops to break even. Would I call it a day after that? Maybe, but maybe not. So anyways, pretty much it for today. Good day. I'm pretty happy actually that it was 0.8. I thought it was way less. Pretty happy with that. Little by little, we're getting higher. We're now essentially on my 10K. I'm about 3% in profit. So that means for us to be able to make our first withdrawal ever, we need another 7%. So we have a bit of a long way to go. It's really just like, 2 really good days, basically, like 2 to 3 good days, and I'm pretty much done. Or I'll get my first withdrawal, which would be incredibly nice. Yeah, I mean, overall, like in general, it was a good, like I feel like I'm starting to like think I shouldn't consider these levels here as structure, because like these little small like bearish candles, I don't know. But yeah, I was definitely wrong about the direction for today. Like I was right on the 930. Like I was definitely right. Like we were like, we were bullish. Like we went up, as you can see. We went up. I don't know if there's any entries for me. Yeah, there was really no entries, man. Like at all. There's this gap, but then we reversed it. Yeah, there was no entries for me on this within this 9:30 to 10 a.m. window. But yeah, guys, pretty much it for today, man. I just gotta improve on being a little bit more patient, especially when I'm not sure what the market's gonna do. Because I remember, I believe I took this trade here, or it was this trade actually, because the stops were too big here. So I took this trade with, like, it would have actually made a little bit more sense if I would have taken this. Yeah, it would have actually made a lot more sense to take this. Stops are so big though, and I would have probably moved my stops to break even at this point, and I would have hit break even if anything. But yeah, I think like just classic mistake of like not being patient enough. I saw the gap too, so it's not like I didn't see it. I saw the gap that was there. I should have just waited for this candle right here to try to inverse it. If it does inverse it, then I could just look for positions here, and then I could just look for buys within this inverse gap. But instead, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get a better because like if I get in, like my thought process was, okay, if I get in here and price does decide to drive up, like I have some pretty nice entries, and my stops are they're okay. So yeah, I don't know. Just yeah, just a shitty day for that, or just a shitty entry, because like there's a gap there. So we just have to wait. But yeah, in overall it was good. Like this trade was really good. Reason why is because I actually got in prior to the candle closing, so I was able to get like fairly decent entries. I think I got in on the break of the lows, if I'm not mistaken. I think I did. Yeah. But as you can see, bro, this is why you gotta take profits quick, like quick, because this happens like insta. So that's why I was like super aggressive on like putting my stops at 55 ticks, because that's usually my ideal, TP for the day, because that makes me about 2%. That's exactly why. Like I was super aggressive on it, and you can see it paid off. And that was like a nice little 2.5 risk reward. So yeah, very nice, very nice, very nice, very nice. Yeah, this was probably another trade I would have taken. Like if I wouldn't have had my risk management that I do. So I'm probably at this point I'm at break even. If we break lows down here, I'm probably moving my stops to above here. But yeah, anyways guys, that's it for today. Until tomorrow, I guess. Let's get it.